Hi everyone, this is Scott St. Marie. Thanks a lot for joining. Just a question first before we get started. Have you ever been on a trip, vacation, and you come back home, right? Your coworkers are there, your boss is there, your family, your friends, and they all ask, what do they ask? Hey, how was the trip? They all sound like that. And you say it was great. And you show them pictures and you show them videos of, oh my gosh, look, I did the classic Leaning Tower of Pisa thing. I ran with the bulls in Pamplona. Look at me surfing Costa Rica. And they say, that looks like an amazing trip. And at the same time, you're like, you don't know. You don't really know. And it's true, though, because it's not what you saw on a trip. You know that it's how you felt. It's when you get off the plane and there's new smells and there's nervousness and anxiety and uncertainty. And what do I eat? Where's the hotel? How do I get there? How much is a cab? Thoughts of, what am I even doing here? Why did I decide this? Right? I'm totally out of structure and routine. Why even bother? Why'd I do it? And pictures are limiting when you come back. Videos are limiting. Words are limiting in storytelling. You can only get so far to share an experience. So the ultimate question is it enough for you to know how the trip was? And that's sacred, man, when you know, and it's enough for you to be there, to hold those memories. That's kind of where I'm at, to share just a bit of my story the last couple of years. You know, it's sacred to me. It's personal. It's private. And I want to keep a lot of it private. But at the same time, through my work and, professional work and what I truly value and believe in, it's sharing these things about emotional health and well-being. It's about opening up a dialogue. It's about being human at the very core of what it means to be human. And that is the struggle. That is the fight. Then that is the joy. It's the revelation. It's the resurrection. It's all of that. It's the transcendence over all of that. I've had to feel. And I don't want to be dramatic for the sake of being dramatic, okay? Because I can go there. But I've had to feel and experience and see everything for the first time. Again. Everything. And I don't want to make this too long. And I'm the type of person that needs to know. And you may feel that way. Like, what do you mean, Scott? No, you know what I mean. Like, you need to know. What's this all about? What's this all about? I need to adventure. I need to explore. I need to know what else is out there. I need to have new jobs, new careers, meet new people, see new things, try new things. We're seekers. Difficult to be content at times. So what was my adventure? In 2020, COVID came. A big adventure for all of us. Woo! The unknown slapped us in the face. And we thought we had some control over our lives. Of course, the stories. Oh my gosh. And look at us. Face flat on the ground in the mud. And then every business is like, we're going to pivot, everyone. Employee well-being. And we have to make stuff up. And we have to just make it up as we go along and go through different paths. A million forks in the road. You get down 2 steps, there's another fork. You take the left, there's another one. We couldn't stay on one path for too long. And my path, COVID wasn't big enough. It wasn't a big enough adventure for me. I wanted more. I needed to know more. And what would be the ultimate adventure for me? Well, what would life be like without antidepressants? After I've been on them for over a decade and I don't really know who I am without them. What would happen? And I asked that to myself. And I said, I want to feel pain again. I want to feel joy again. I want to get really, really anxious again. I want to feel despair again. I want to grieve. And that's exactly what I got. Yeah, that's what happened. I had so much support. And, through nutrition, supplementation, meditation, and month 1 was good. Month 2, month 3, month 4 in 2020, month 5, and then October hit. Crash. Burnout's a real thing, everyone. And if anyone tells you it's not, get them to message me. I always thought burnout was, one of those human resource things where it's like, take care of your employees, avoid burnout by these 4 simple steps, eat kale, get enough rest, meditate for 10 minutes, and we're giving all employees the Headspace app so they can chill. Oh, that ain't enough, bruh. No. Burnout mixed with antidepressant withdrawal. Again, everyone's story is their own. And I don't want to seem overdramatic. And I don't want or need sympathy. This was the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life. And I am, and you are, proof that change happens. That things can shift, that moods can move. Oh, thank goodness. So, burnout for me, clinically, I went to the doctor, my adrenal glands shut down, producing no cortisol. All the discs in my cervical vertebrae herniated. Inflammation like mad. Parasites came into my body because my gut was so permeable. Through antidepressant withdrawal, and this is a common story, I couldn't digest food. I had to go on the carnivore diet. Beef, water, salt. Beef saved my life, that's for dang sure. I wanted to do it all alone. I really did. I wanted to do it all alone. So one day I could say, I did it all by myself. I didn't need anybody. But I needed help. And I couldn't go through hell alone this time. And when we go through difficult times, we expect someone to light the way for us and to know exactly where we need to go. And that's not the way this worked for me. A very kind soul that I've been working with the last year, she never told me to do anything. I had to find myself. I had no idea who I was. I couldn't exercise because of the pain, and every time I would step, the head sensitivity, it felt like I had a huge concussion. And I couldn't eat anything except beef, and I wasn't getting a lot of energy. And what do you do? That was the ultimate question. That's the ultimate question for everybody that's in a dark, dark, dark place. What do I do? What am I supposed to do? What options do I have? If I feel like I feel right now forever, what's the point? What do I do? I ask myself that so many times. And the body doesn't really make mistakes. It does and it doesn't. And every time I wanted to move faster, every time I thought I was getting somewhere, slow down, Scott. slow down. Every time I would do focusing and compassionate inquiry with my teacher, every time I would sit with myself for 2 years, slow down, slow down. Where you want to go? What's wrong with being here right now? It's okay to feel how you're feeling. It's a ride for all of us. You know, there's times where I'm just like, I can't believe I did it. I can't believe I'm doing it. And the more people you talk to, everyone's got something. Everyone bears their own cross. And what really helped me, bearing my own, well, speaking of Christianity, that's a big thing for me, actually. And if I say the word God, I'll definitely cry. So I can't do that right now. I can't go there. You know, what I talk about all the time, oh shit, is the how important people are. You can't get around it. This need for love and belonging and understanding is intrinsic within all of us. That's what I talk about all the time to kids, to teachers, to parents, to staff. We can't get around that. And yet we're looking for answers always out here in tech, in apps, in social media, in comforts. And when you're in hell, again, not to have someone to guide you with a light, but if you can just feel someone's hand there and someone can just walk with you, that made all the difference for me. To sit in stillness with someone, not to always poke for answers and that need to know mentality through the focusing I did. It was for me to get to know myself again, to recover what was buried. It's a very strange and horrific and a feeling of terror when you wake up and you don't know who you are. And you ask yourself, what happened? And I remember going through a few therapists, and each one of them said, you should go back on medication. Because I told them it feels, and this is something that people might resonate with, and this is what Richard Rohr calls the second half of life. I said, it feels like I'm dying. That's what it felt like. It felt like I was losing myself. Like I was saying goodbye to Scott somehow. And I'm still working on that. And they say, okay, whoa, that's depression. I'm like, no, this is different. This feels different. This isn't depression. I still have an appetite. When I would get clinically depressed, I would always lose my appetite. I couldn't sleep. I was sleeping like a baby and I was eating. But there was this terror of losing myself, and I felt like a sense of dread and dying. And it's until I met someone that knew what that was. And then the healing could start. Maybe some of this resonated with you. But I think that's enough for me to share. You know, we all have our stories. We all have our own journeys. And my goodness, what a blessing it is to be able to share it with people that do understand. When you come back on a trip and you went on that trip with somebody else and those memories are shared for all time, it's as if you don't have to exist alone anymore with shared memory. That's the human condition. That's the antidote to loneliness. It's getting that sense of understanding. And that's what really pulled me through the last 2 years. And this ability to now see that things can change. And I can't talk about depression the same way I used to. I can't talk about anxiety the same way I used to, or mental illness. It means something different to me now. And I see it differently in a holistic sense, in a nutritional sense, in an environmental sense. And it's different for everybody. And people need different things at certain times in different moments. Here's the last thing that I'll just say that really helped me. You know, the critical mind is so strong, so strong. We don't really notice it. For me, it's like I mess up. Why'd you mess up? I can't believe you did that. You made a fool out of yourself. You're never going to get better. Who do you think you are? And where do these voices come from? Where do we learn them from? Childhood, social media, TV. You know, you hear it all the time. We're our own worst enemy. But the critical mind can be so strong that we identify with it. I forgot about the compassionate muscle. To strengthen the sense of self-compassion, that's the work of a lifetime. And that's work that started last year. And it's really been beneficial to do specific meditations and focusing and taking time for myself. And to continually go slow and be still. Let feelings and emotions come. But to enter a space of non-judgment for what comes. That's it. Even in like cognitive behavioral therapy for me, there was a sense that the thoughts were wrong. Like, here's a thought, change the thought right away into something more true. Well, this thought, yet it's not true, it still came. How can we look at it all with no judgment? And there was even a sense of judgment in that for me. So it's learning these things along the way. What a journey. So listen, this has gone on way too long already. This idea of emotional health, mental health, it's always going to be a passion of mine in my work and through mentorship and coaching and these videos. But depression to expression, that's done. That's served its time. And past Scott, short hair Scott, he's integrated into that past of depression to expression. But now I just want to make some content and make videos about the day-to-day, about what it means to be human. And that's always been the mission all along. It just kind of got buried. So I'm thinking the podcast name could be called Being Human, as that's the blog name on my new website. And this YouTube channel, if you'd like to stay subscribed, or this podcast, I don't know what's going to come of it. We're just going to have some fun. The daily ups and downs, lefts and rights, pain, suffering, joy, happiness, it's all there. It's all there. And I'd just like to thank you all for watching. So your journey's yours, mine's mine. And thanks for listening and allowing me to share all this. I appreciate that. Okay then. Oh, that's it. Okay, bye.